you've always had like this cool buzz around you. But I feel like since your time now away from AEW, you really have your career in your own hands. What's like the business model to getting like, not that you ever weren't doing that hustle, because I know you were always still doing other indie shows and whatnot while you were with AEW, but now what's it like being back in like that regular grind?
At first, it was kind of difficult to get back into that because when I was in AEW, I was doing independent bookings, but I was really only doing GCW on
Right.
Saturdays.
Okay.
Now, with my extensive ADD, probably, doctors said I was one of the worst cases when I was a child. It's very hard to keep track of dates and getting back to that where I was in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
2018, 2019, just being unorganized. But I'm really grasping it this time. And my goal is just to basically make as much money as I was in AEW. But
Yeah.
the thing is, you have to work twice as hard because you're not working once a week to make that money. And I'm not charging promoters an arm and a leg to do their shows. That's why promoters love me. A lot of people, they would leave AEW and they would be charging a ton of money for appearances, a ton of money to wrestle. I just love professional wrestling. So
Yeah.
what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get as much bookings as I can. And of course, my body is rocked and socked from all the
I bet.
craziness I've been doing and all the travel, but it's worth it. It's
Yeah.
you know, I've always loved traveling the world. I've always loved, meeting fans all over the place. And when you get to
Mhm.
do that 3, 4 times a week, it's everything I always wanted.
So, what is that like in terms of, obviously, you get like an adrenaline boost from going out there, wrestling, doing the matches that you love to do, meeting the fans, getting to do your own thing. But as you just said, your body is beat up. Where do you kind of find the balance on taking care of your body versus like going out and doing all of these bookings and stuff? Like, how does that work for you? I always talk to John about this, and I feel like you guys are obviously very much so cut from the same
Yeah,
cloth.
yeah, yeah. I kind of when I was at AEW, of course, we have the doctors in the back, we have the massage therapist, we have everything at our hands. So when I was beat up uh, from during my AEW run, I would just put my name on a piece of paper, walk into an office, and I would have all the resources right there to make me
Yeah.
feel better. Now, uh, I was like, I did a couple shows, a couple months worth of shows, and I realized, man, I'm beat up. Uh, I had a match with Super Crazy um, in Vegas. It was all out weekend. I believe that was my second match of that weekend, and I really couldn't get through the match. I got through it, but I
Hmm.
have a sacrum problem where that pops out of place, and then it's hard to walk. It's hard to stand
Oh.
up. So after that, I had a show the next day. I go to myself, I go, if I don't do something about this, I'm not going to be able to wrestle tonight. So someone told me something about the joint chiropractor. It's like a chain
Oh,
chiropractor.
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You pay $80 a month. You walk in for 5 minutes and they adjust you. You
Oh,
tell them what's wrong and they just pop you back into place. And I think I, man, that's
80
helped me a
bucks a
lot.
month? That's amazing.
Yeah, you get four adjustments once a week. They're all over the country.
Yeah.
Um, Basically every major city we run in, I can just go on Google and type in the joint. There's one within 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
so
I think
smart.
I think it's like especially if you're an independent wrestler, you don't have health insurance. Um, there's something you gotta, take into account.
For
$80 a
sure.
month isn't anything crazy. And
No.
it gets me through my 3 bookings a week. So
So
I
at what
appreciate that.
point do you strike the balance between like changing up some of your style to help your body to have a little bit more longevity with your career? Is it, obviously it's hard to do that. People expect a certain thing from you versus what your body is telling you what to do. What's like that internal conversation?
I think I've only gotten crazier, to be
I
honest.
know, like you're like, yeah, like red flag. You got to slow it down or
That's what
change
that's a
something up.
Yeah, Brett Lauderdale, he's like, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing every show, everywhere. And I go, I don't know. That's just what I do now. I don't
What's
know
with
why
you
I do it.
guys?
Sometimes in my mind, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to take it easy this weekend. And then we get to the show and I don't take it easy.
Is it the crowd? Is it the expectation? Is it that that's just what you do? Like what kind of leans into that when you have it in your mind that you might kind of pump the brakes a little bit and take it a bit easy in a match? And then you go, just kidding. Here we go. Let's light everything on fire.
Let's light everything on fire. I just, I can go in the ring these days, and I am a charismatic human that I can go in the ring and I can jerk around for 15 minutes and get away with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's like, people like guys that go see a dominatrix maybe or something. Maybe that's what I'm into. I don't know. Maybe I just like putting my body through torture. I don't know. It's just this is how I was before I went to AEW, and then I calmed down a little bit there because there's people to say knock it the off.
Right.
But
Who
now
were the
I'm
people
like,
saying to knock it the off?
well,
this is a therapy session for me as well, by the way, because I feel like I'm mirroring conversations that I have with John. I'm just having it with you. So,
well, no one's telling John to knock it the off.
But I think people probably are to a degree. I am. I'm certainly telling him to knock it the off, but I don't know if anybody else is.
No, there were just people like, hey, what are you doing? Is most of my time in AEW was in front of no crowds in the dark abyss of Jacksonville, Florida, at 3 a.m.
Sure.
Wrestling random indie dudes.
Right.
So there was a time they were like, all right, you can take it a little easy here. But when I first came in there, it was like pedal to the metal. I had John's first match.
Yeah.
Which we just absolutely.
Yeah. He loved that match.
I loved it too. It's just like I went crazy, and then I wrestled Omega a couple matches, went crazy there. And then by the time that I did the Cracker Barrel match at All Out, which I went crazy there, I was moonsaulting off the top rope onto the floor into nothing.
Right.
And then by the time we got to November, I think it was Full Gear that year, I was done. That's when my back started. My spine was messed up, and they were like, I go, I don't know, I'm messed up to the doctor, and they said, all right, let's get an MRI and let's get an X-ray. And then they go, yo, your spine is shaped like an S.
Great.
I go,
perfect.
Oh, well, that's my fault. Self-induced
guilty
scoliosis.
As charged.
Yeah, but now I'm just like an uncaged animal. Really, no one can tell me what to do.
Oh my God.
And that's it. I'm just wild. That's it.
Punk rock. That's just the way that it goes.
Punk rock, baby. Let's go.